Where is a good place for a first date besides the movies?
That's not even a good first date.
It's a terrible first date.
Hey, this movie was really good. Sweet, I'll see you later.
Really?
Or let's say besides a restaurant. Where would you take
Does
your first
coffee
date?
count? Because I like going for coffee.
Coffee's a good alternative.
Yeah.
A good first date, like, and this sounds really cheesy, but like, and I never thought about this until a guy took me on a date, and this is what we did. We went. Meanwhile, I was in the summer. He took me to the Toronto Island. We went to the beach. We walked around the island all day. Had like a picnic lunch. You know what I mean? It sounds so stupid and so corny, but I had a great time.
Again, you need to know how the person is, and something I might find cheesy, number one, you might, and something that I might find cheesy depends on the person. If I'm super into this person, then it might seem romantic otherwise. But I say do something like bowling or mini golfing or something, because that, again, it is cheesy, but it's cute, and then you get to talk and make fun of each other and make fun of others.
Interactive. It's interactive. Kind of brings you together, and usually first dates, everybody's kind of nervous, so you need something to break the ice. So I think
Bowling is something that's kind of cheesy. It would take the edge off because it would just, you
Or
know.
going ice skating, because
Yeah.
how many people can ice skate really well? Not that many.
and it gives you an excuse to, touch
Exactly.
the person if they're falling.
You fall on the ice, you have to pick the person up, and yeah, perfect. Okay. Is it appropriate to break up with someone by email?
You know what?
No.
That actually, I have one worse than that. I was dating a guy, and he was staying at my house, and I woke up. I went to school. He was still in bed. I get home. There's a note on my keyboard. We had been dating for like 2 months. There's a note on my keyboard. Let's just be friends. No, it's
Yeah.
not acceptable. You have to have the balls. You have to have balls.
I like that you purposely waited until you left. Like, how cowardly can you be?
Yeah.
I'll wait till he goes to school. And
That's
and
what
I'll
I
wait.
said. I was like,
But the thing about breaking up is that you can almost tell, I don't know, based on my experiences, you can almost tell, use your intuition. If you don't hear the phone calls or if you don't get the contact as often, you can kind of tell, because my last one, she broke up with me through MSN, Instant Messenger, but I kind of knew already. So, but in terms of your question, is it being appropriate, I don't think it is,
that is true though. What you said, like how you have to kind of you should be able to tell the warning signs. And the worst thing that you can do is if you're on that end of like the one who's being broke up with, don't become a stalker, because that's happened to me. Like, and again, I was dating this guy, and like he was so much more into me than I was into him, and then I was just like, dude, like I need some space. What does he do? Calls me 80 freaking times a day.
When in a new relationship, can you bring up the ex?
Ooh.
I need someone's advice on this, because that's way too hard.
Not on the first date, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think within a couple of weeks, it's sort of the whole. I think the first 3 weeks or the first month of dating should be between you and her, getting to know each other and all that stuff. And yeah, you want to sort of bring that up, not too late or not too early. So it's kind of hard. It depends on the type of relationship, I guess.
My situation, my ex, or the significant ex, is my best friend. So it's hard. Do I just say my best friend, and then like later down the road they're like, "Yo, your best friend is this person you were with for 3 years? Awesome!" It's like, so it's a little bit difficult there.
It's a little tricky.
In those situations, the best would be to be honest.
Yeah.
Because imagine it from the perspective of the new guy that you're seeing. Oh, this is my best friend. Then he finds out later that you were with him for 3 years and you're together all the time.
Yeah.
That just spells bad news.
Yeah.
Like, no good.
I was once on a date where this guy answered his phone and was talking to his ex-girlfriend for like 5 minutes while I'm just sitting there. So I think we've established maybe the rule of thumb is wait a few dates, and it depends on the person and whether you're comfortable with letting them know. But being upfront is also a good idea.
And the thing about exes, because it's always such a negative aspect of the relationship, because a lot of times you're in a relationship and the X factor, there's always a potential of that X being the one that they truly loved. and there's always a potential for them to come back in the picture. So it's a very sticky situation.
So you use your discretion, I guess.
Yeah, very, very much.
Okay, and finally, what are some things that you shouldn't say on a first date?
I love you.
I've heard some things to kind of steer clear of are politics, religion. Like, don't get too heavy. Maybe just talk about some more common things at first.
Sometimes those topics though are the ones that will incite passion. You know what I mean? Because like a guy I dated, we went on a date and we just got in this like really heated. I can't even remember what it was about. It was about something, and we were like both very passionately on either side of the issue, and we ended up dating for like 3 months just because of that first date. Like both of us were just like, no, it's this way. A good thing to show on a date is intellect, because I've dated my fair share of really good-looking dumb guys, but like you need to have like you need to show that you're not just a pretty face. You know what I mean? Like there's more behind the way that you look. You need to kind of express your personality a little bit more.
So show you have some substance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, keep it light.
Yes, definitely. Anything?
I was kind of on the fence with that until you started explaining it. But also, if you establish it up front that you have a certain view on this, I mean, that could be a deal breaker in the long run. So if they know it right away, at least then you're like, I can get away now before I realize they like to kill babies.
But see, then you didn't waste any time.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
why I.
You didn't waste no money and no time. You just go right on to the next person.
But I think the older you get, when you're dating, your sort of strategy, I guess, so to speak, is different. You know, when you're younger, you want to impress. When you're probably as old as I am, you just want to cut to the chase and, you know, sort of get to the point to see if it's going to go anywhere. So I would just totally be myself, be yourself. If being yourself includes talking about issues like that or whatnot, then do it, you know, because eventually the truth is going to come out. So why not just do it right away than wait 6 or 7 months when you're already engaged in that relationship?
You'll find out sooner if they're a supporter of Bush or if they like, you know, right-wing politics.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the discussion. And again, I'll mention that Josie Vogels will be at Progress on February 14th, Valentine's Day, so go check her out. She should be very entertaining. And thanks again to my discussion panel.
You're very welcome.
It's a pleasure.
Anytime.
Bye, Centennial.